What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Pits Podcast. This is your host, JB. Once again, joined by my co-host, Patrick, aka NHRA Beer Guy. What's up, bud? We've been having some little difficulties with the earbuds, so technical difficulties as we work through this here. We apologize. Looks like Patrick's going to try and go without the earbuds, but we have a great episode for you guys. This one, the reigning Rookie of the Year, Spencer Hyde, is on deck. Once we get powered through these little technical difficulties, we will have him join us, but just give us a brief moment. We thank you guys for all the sharing and liking that you've done so far for this episode. It's been one of our biggest ones on all social media platforms, and that couldn't have been done without your guys' support. Once again, this show wouldn't happen without you guys liking, sharing, tuning in every week. It's a pleasure to be able to do this for you guys. And once again, thank you so much. Let's see. Patrick, can you hear me? Patrick cannot hear me. Let's see. He's going to try it again. I'm going to try the buds one more time, maybe. Check. Can you hear me? Nothing? Okay, let's try and take you out. Why don't you try backing out one more time, and then we'll bring in Spencer here in just a minute. Nothing? Once again, we apologize, everybody. This is pretty new. We've had a seamless transition into the YouTube Live world, but it seems like on this one that it's given us a little snafu here. Just going to try it again without the ear pods, as you guys are all watching this happen as I am right now playing it out live. This is live TV for you guys. He's going to be back in 1 minute. Why don't we go ahead and bring in Spencer Hyde, and we'll see if Beer Guy can join us in just a minute here. Hey, Spencer, what's up, man? This is JB from the Pits Podcast. We're working through a little bit of technical difficulties with Beer Guy, but we wanted to go ahead and bring you on and have you stop waiting behind the scenes. How's it going? How you doing?
No problem. I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm not too bad. It's a great Wednesday. We're excited to have you on. This has been one of our most anticipated episodes, like I said, on all social media platforms. You're an absolute rock star when it comes to personalities out there on the track. So we appreciate you carving out some time for us.
Not a problem at all. Glad I was able to make it. I just made it back to the office here from the site. Worked good. Nice.
Patrick, can you hear me? Beer Guy's having some audio troubles. He's trying to work through here. Patrick, you good? He's not good. But anyways, he'll come on at some point, I'm sure. How's your Wednesday going? You just got off a job site, you said?
Yeah, man. It's been good. Busy. Got lots going on here at work. So I was up, left here at 5:30 this morning. Went up, took some materials up to a job. It's about 3 hours from here. And did a little site visit and walk through and checked a bunch of stuff out. And just got back to the office to hammer out some invoices and try and get home for something to eat.
Right on. I hear that. So you're pretty active within the office scene there. I noticed I read something pretty recently that said you hopped on a red eye after the flight from the race in Phoenix there and went straight to the office. How do you balance that?
Yeah, I am pretty active here. It's tough. I'm not going to lie. The West Coast, especially. My home airport's Toronto, so getting to Phoenix, Pomona, Vegas is always a little bit tricky just with the time change, and it's like a 5-hour flight. Seattle, Sonoma, same thing. So the East Coast isn't too bad. Normally with the NITRO schedule, Friday's a little bit later. So like Charlotte and stuff like that, I can get out even Friday morning, some of them. So I can work right till Thursday night, get on a plane Thursday night or Friday morning, head to the race, and then I try and get on a flight Sunday night as soon as the race is done and get back. And unfortunately, the West Coast means I'm flying through the night, land at the airport sometime between 6 and 8 a.m. and then a hour and a half drive back to my home here in Stratford. So gets a little hectic, but got to pay to play. So
I absolutely hear that. I assume you're not binge watching, like series of TV on the flight, and you're probably trying to get a little shut eye, correct?
Yeah, no, I try and try and sleep from takeoff to touchdown, but it doesn't always work.
Yeah, the body doesn't usually accommodate like that most times, often than not. So, speaking of the race in Phoenix, runner-up, you were the number one qualifier. Tell us a little bit about that weekend. Is that considered a success for you, even though you didn't bring home the Wally? But considering all things, it was a great race from a fan standpoint. From my point of view, what about you?
Yeah, no, it was a huge success. Obviously, we wanted to win, wanted to beat Caps in the final, but just wasn't our day. Clearly, it was his. They went through a lot of stuff to get there, blowing up their second round, and they rebuilt that car and got it back together and made a great run in the semis, and it was just his day. And but yeah, from our standpoint, I mean, we didn't qualify at that race last year, so that was a huge improvement for us going in there. We knew it was going to be a tricky racetrack the whole weekend, just with the forecast of the high temperatures. So fortunately, we learned some stuff in Gainesville. I said this on West Buck show the other day. Like we we didn't test it all this winter when everybody else did. So Q1 through 3 in Gainesville was kind of our test session. We didn't make it down, so unfortunately, we had to calm the thing down and just slide it down there Q4 in Gainesville. And on the fortunate side of that, we learned how to make this thing go slow, and we took that and applied that to Phoenix when it was real hot and greasy, and it worked. We made it down 7 out of 8 runs. Like the only time we didn't make a full run was in the final. So yeah, huge success. Hats off to my team. My guys worked so hard. Just the heat was killing them, and they went 4 rounds on Sunday. And Jim and Dave for getting that thing calmed down and making a good hot rod. And yeah, it was a great weekend.
Right on. And how much of a factor is it to have someone like Jim Head, tuning the car and, really moving the buttons of the operation? So it seems like he has a great handle on how to manipulate the track to make the car perform its best given the circumstances.
Yeah, Jim's been doing this a long time. He's been nitro racing for 45 years. He's been a huge part of all the development of these cars from the early 80s all the way till now. And he knows how to make one of these things work and do what it tells you to do. And Jim's biggest problem is Jim, and I'm not telling you anything he wouldn't say. He loves to be the fastest guy out there. He loves chasing the ET slip. So he a lot of times is more aggressive than we probably should be, but that's what he likes to do. He likes to be aggressive and likes to be the low qualifier, and it doesn't always work out, but we slowly got him to reel things back and get the thing up and down the racetrack. He also hates smoking the tires, but he does it more than he likes to. But so yeah, we're just trying to get this thing A to B and make good runs, and we proved that last weekend.
Yeah, I think that like I said, the overall weekend was a success. I know everyone wants to walk away with the prize, with the trophy, hardware. But being, like you said, you didn't qualify for this event last year. The start of the season was a little rough with a couple DNQs there. To have started out the season like you are this year, you're on a trajectory way beyond where you were at this point last year. So can you hear us, Patrick? Yeah, he's back. We can't hear you, unfortunately.
How about now?
Yeah.
All right, I might have to act like a gamer tonight. I got my wife's headset on.
Whatever it is, man, however you got to do it, just do it, right, man?
That's right. What's up, brother?
What's going on, buddy? Got a little outlaw beer there, I see.
Yes, sir. Gotta support my guys, man. So
I got about 50 minutes left till I crack one.
What are you doing?
I'm working.
Oh, construction business today?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
I hear you. So what all do y'all do up there?
We do a little bit of everything, but we've got a commercial division, a multi-residential division, and a single-family home, like a residential division. So we do a little bit of everything.
I got you. It's kind of what I thought. It's like I've started slowly figuring out what everybody's background is. It's like I didn't realize Jasmine and Gianna, their background with the scrap business and everything. So now I know you're in the construction. I think Jim's in the construction too, right?
He is, yeah. He doesn't do any vertical building, but he's resurfaces military bases.
I got you.
The military bases, that's pretty incredible to be able to go on there and get access to some places that the normal person might not be able to see unless you're, a family member or an active, duty member. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, he definitely gets to see some cool places.
Right on,
So what's the balance like for you with, because I know like when you took this ride, I remember last year it was a few times it was like, hey, I don't have time to go out and seek sponsorship. I've got to work, and now you're married to a Texan too, so like you got everything. You got about 3 balls you got to balance now.
Yeah, it's a lot to juggle, but it is what it is. You got to bear down and do it. Obviously, the family business here comes first, but we got to take the racing very seriously too. So, like I was saying earlier, just the East Coast isn't so bad. I can try and get out late Thursday night or early Friday morning and get down to the race, and then get home Sunday night. The West Coast is a little tougher just with the distance and time change and everything. So, usually lose an extra day for a West Coast race or two, but it's good, man. I mean, it's nice with Courtney working for NHRA and working for Fox and working for Flow. I mean, she's at all the races with me. That makes it that much nicer. We travel together most times, and she actually just sold her place in Texas, so she's coming up here. We got to actually go down there before Pomona and get it cleaned out.
So it's her getting the Canadian citizenship, not you getting the U.S. citizenship.
Yeah, for now, anyways.
I got you.
Yeah.
Right on. So speaking of Courtney, how did you? And I'm sure you guys probably met at a track somehow, but how did that come about? With you guys meeting and kind of socializing?
Just kind of through mutual friends, and then the PDRA. So she was working for Flow, doing in pit talent for Flow at PDRA races, and I was running Pro Boost at PDRA. So, got to know her a little bit through that, and one thing just kind of led to another. We started hanging out a little more, and yeah, here we are. Now we're married.
Married, moving her to Canada. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I was talking at Charlotte in the fall. I was talking to like Bobby Lane, some of those guys over on Austin's team, and I told them, I went over there and you let me in your pit, and I thank you for that. That was cool. But they were talking about, it was like, did you notice Jim Head during the warm up? And I'm like, no, I wasn't really paying attention. Like, I went back and watched it, and they're like, just watch his hands. So from your perspective, like, I feel like it's very complex. Like, I watched Jimmy Prock with Austin, and it's just, just kind of smooth. He does his thing, and you never see him really look at Austin much. But like Jim's nose deep, but he's like throwing fingers up, 2, 1s, 3s. Take me through a Jim Head warm up.
Yeah, so Jim does his warm ups a little bit different than everybody else. First of all, I think we're the only car in the pits that warms up on alcohol before we go to nitro. So the boys fired up on alcohol, set the mags, and then they shut it down, and then we come out and do a nitro warm up. And so fired up, we go right to 1, which is brake off, clutch out. Everything's just rolling. Jim checks the fuel, checks each mag individually. So he'll ground one side out, make sure all 8 pipes are going, ground the other side out. Same thing you do in a pre-flight for an airplane. That's where you kind of got that from. And so yeah, then we go to number 2. So it's clutch in, I give it full brake, and then I let go of the brake, put the clutch in, and I show him my hand so he knows I'm not on the brake, and he checks to make sure the clutch isn't dragging. And he's looking at the tires. Then we go back to 1, and then 3. So that's basically going to the high side. So clutch in, brake in, go to full fuel pump, let my foot off the clutch. I'm still on the brake, and he sees the tug of the engine. Then we go back to 1. And then 5 is wide open throttle. We test all the timers, clutch timers, so he watches the timing and everything come out. So yeah, it's very different. than most guys, but similar sequence. We're doing all the same things most teams do. Jim just does it a certain way, and it's kind of cool.
I got you. Yeah, they were like, yeah, it's complex the way it is. It's like it's the same thing, but it's just you better be hitting your marks with it.
Yeah, it's really
So-
not complex, but it definitely looks like there's a lot more going on than most teams. It's just Jim just loves to have things done at a certain time, and his way of telling me what to do is numbers on how many fingers he's holding up.
I got you.
Well, that's pretty cool to be just in tune with each other and just know that, any given finger means this or that, this or that. That means that the communication, between you guys beforehand is, bar none, just on tops. So to see that is pretty cool. You said you don't really see that a whole lot in some of the tune-ups and warm-ups in the pits there. I'll definitely be interested to stop by and see you guys this season and check it out firsthand. We appreciate Beer Guy for providing that video. That was super, super cool to be able to break that down while, simultaneously having that video rolling there.
Yeah, we forgot our beer though after the fact on Saturday. So if I catch you this time, I don't know. We're found out we're going in 420, so I guess I'm gonna have a weed baby.
Oh,
So
no.
they're gonna induce her on 420, and I'm like, all right, well maybe we won't grow up and smoke pot all the time, turn into Willie Nelson.
That's cool that you got a date though, man. That's sooner than later, man. I mean, what are we on? Yeah, the first, 19 days and ticking. Yeah, how
You got
pumped are you for
four
that? You're
days
gonna
till
have
the start of Charlotte, so that's probably enough time at home, right?
Yeah, I mean, right? That's what I'm gonna tell her anyway. I'm gonna say, hey, just hang out here. I'll go take the camper down there. You can just hang out in the camper with him. It'll be all right.
Exactly.
We'll be good. So I don't know. We'll see. Like I say, she may pop him right out, and it may just be like a, hey, I'm good to go. Let's get out of here. I don't want to sit around. So, but
from the hospital bed straight to the trackside.
hey, it's the only way to do it. I have got. I hope she don't see it, but I have started working on the Jim Head Till I'm Dead onesie. So,
Attaboy.
if we get him to the track, might have to bring him after hours when everything's quiet, but we'll at least get him up there.
Jim would love that.
Oh yeah. So.
What a cool first couple days of your life. I mean, gosh dang, to be able to just be like, oh yeah, I was hanging out with Jim Head, Spencer Hyde, I was out at the track, you know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't even had that cool of a day once in my life. I'm 35 years old.
It would be cool, but we'll see what happens. Like I say, it's all up to Mama and whatever she says. So we'll go with that. You're married now.
Yep.
How many people have asked you the same question we got asked as soon as we got married? When are you going to have a baby? How many times? I don't care about it. How many times you got asked?
Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. It sucks.
Just about everybody we see.
Yeah.
It's one of those questions you're like, a little awkward. You're talking about our intimacy time here and being like, when you guys getting it on, man? Like, it's just a little
I
wild.
just say it's not for lack of trying.
Right on. So, what moment from your rookie season is something maybe that fans didn't see that really meant the world to you?
Probably my first round win in Pomona of last year against Ron Capps. Maybe didn't seem like a big deal, but it was to me. And Ron Capps has been my drag racing hero for 20 years, and I've aspired to be like him my whole career. And first elimination round in Nitro Funny Car, I'm against Ron, and he was qualified third, and we were 14th. And on paper it didn't look good for us, but we went there and ran a 388, which was my personal best as well, and got the round win, and that was pretty cool, pretty sentimental moment.
Now, is that someone that you like tap into a resource, being that you said he is such a legend, and is that someone that you've confided in? Have you knocked down his door, or you just kind of leave that as like a maybe at a later day thing?
No, man. I mean, Ron and I have been friends for a long time. I had I had a Napa sponsorship right from when I started in junior dragster up until my kind of early days in pro mod. So I think that went from 2007 to 2019. So 12 years. So I've met Ron at a bunch of different trade shows over the years and Napa events, and um, kind of became buddies with him. And anytime I go to the NHRA races, we'd go hang out with Ron at the Napa pit. So um, got to know him. He got to know my family, and when Jim called me and said, he wanted.
Oh,
Oh man. Well, it's just you and I, buddy.
oh shite. Well, maybe I'll get back in here.
I'm
But
sure you will.
I don't know what happened. I think my AirPods were trying to connect to my phone. And it was in and out, in and out, in and out. So I said, screw it. Put these on.
Throw the gamer on, man. The OGs.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So it's like, she wears these in there, and her and her sister will be just cackling and carrying on.
What game she play?
Call of Duty.
COD.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. 7 sucked. 6 was better than 7. 7 got awful.
Dude, I used to be a gamer. I mean, I used to love it, absolutely love it. And over the last few years, I don't know if it's because I've had kids or just life in general, but dude, I haven't picked up sticks in a whole long time. There we go. Spencer's back.
There we go. He's back.
Sorry about that. I forgot my laptop.
We're all.
And I'm on my phone.
Yeah, we're all having issues today. So.
All good. But yeah, when Jim called me and asked if I wanted to drive a funny car, and we worked out a deal, Ron was one of the first guys I called after and told him I was going to come race against him, and he was great. He said, anything you need to help, just I'm here. Give me a call for anything. So he's been a good guy to lean on. Coming out here and running NITRO for the first time, so Ron's a fantastic dude.
So when you went to get your funny car license, I've seen like Maddie Gordon, who she talked about who signed hers, and Vandergriff had his signed. Was Ron one of the ones that signed off on your license?
No, he wasn't there actually. We were at a small private test session in Gainesville a couple weeks before Gainesville of last year. So it was actually Steve and Billy Torrance that signed my license, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then my top fuel license was Clay Milliken and Todd Payton, and I think there was somebody else. But yeah.
So I haven't been dead set into NHRA like my whole life. So I didn't realize you run top fuel until I started kind of doing some looking back on you. When that thing, was that your first pass when it blew up going down the track?
It wasn't my first pass in the car, but it was my first pass at NHRA.
Right. How crazy was that? Like, was it like, hey, I want to get back in this bitch, or nah?
Yeah, it was a hell of a concussion. Like it was bad. It got my attention. I had made probably, 8 runs in the car before, but it was always at match race events, and we weren't going that fast, and some of it was 8th mile, and so that was like my first real top fuel run at an NHRA event, and things seemingly was running pretty good, and I didn't feel it drop a hole. Like I said, I only had eight or so runs in the car, so I hadn't gotten to be able to feel when it was putting holes out, and it just blew up, and all of a sudden there was fire around me, and I couldn't see, and I'd never been to Pomona. I'd never been down the racetrack, and Ron Capps actually was one guy, pulled me aside in the staging lanes right before I ran, and he's like, hey, it's really short here. Just make sure you're on the chutes and the brakes early. And the fire was so bad, it burnt the parachutes right off it. So I was on the brake pretty good, and got it slowed down enough where I could make the corner, and still on fire. And I was getting out of there pretty quick at that point. It was starting to burn the seat belts and burn the fire suit and stuff like that, and it was getting pretty warm pretty quick.
Yeah. So I saw another interview. It was I can't remember who. It may have been with Courtney. You were talking about you didn't know whether you were in the World Series of Pro Mod, and you had already signed up to run Gainesville. Was that Gainesville That Gainesville was to run Top Fuel, right?
That's correct.
So that was originally supposed to be your first race that year?
Yeah, 2023. I got my license, my top fuel license. I started in 2022. I did one run here in Toronto in Peyton's car, and then I finished it in February of 23 in Gainesville. And I committed to doing the Gator Nationals with them, and got a call from Wes Buck like 3 weeks before World Series, and he was like, "Hey man, you're invited. We want you to come." And I'm like, "Man, I've been begging these guys to let me into this race for 6 months." And I called Todd Payton and I said, "Listen, man, I'm sorry I committed to Gainesville for you. I'll do another one, but I got to go to World Series. I can't do both these events." And I've been really pushing hard to get into this World Series Pro Mod deal, and so I gave up a top fuel ride to go run a World Series of Pro Mod, and we ended up winning the damn race. So that was a pretty cool story.
That's going to be my next question, was how refreshing was it to, you had all that build up and you didn't know if you're going to get in, and then you go in there and just kick their ass and win.
Yeah. That whole weekend was just kind of a storybook weekend for us and the whole team. And like I said, didn't even know if we were going to get in, got a last minute invite. We tested pretty decent, and then the weather changed. So all that stuff we learned kind of throw it out the window, and we made a good rip. Q1 went like 369, and I think we were like fifth after Q1. And I'm like, oh damn, like good run. We're in the field. Like that's such a relief. Well, over the next 4 qualifying sessions, or 3, I guess, the number just kept falling and falling and falling. And right before Q4, we noticed that I forget what happened in the engine. Something happened in the motor that was in the car, and we had to swap engines. And we pulled the motor out when they started the first pair of Pro Mods for Q4. And at this point, we had been bumped down to like, I don't know, 26th or 25th spot. And we were running like 30th pair, 29th pair or something. So we changed engines while they're running the class, got up there, didn't lash the valves, like didn't nothing. Rolled, I don't think we warmed the car up. We just rolled the thing to the staging lanes, and we had been bumped out by the time we got up there, and went out there and ran like 367 with I don't know what it was, with a 3 maybe, and the bump was with a 4. So we got in by a foul, and I think we were the last car that could have bumped in. So we set the field on the last qualifying run, and then obviously started from the 32nd spot and chip draw. Had a couple good draws. Well, there wasn't real good draws, but we had a couple decent draws, and man, we got lucky first round. I forget who we were running, but they red lit, and Tommy Gray red lit, and I was so nervous to pair out, and I was still doing my own fuel. Then I forgot to change the main jet, and the weather had changed significantly from the night before. So the thing went out. The burnout, the shifter fell off. So I'm like, took my glove off. I'm trying to screw the shifter lever back in so I can get it in reverse. And as I'm doing that, I remembered that I didn't change the barrel valve, the pill in the hat. And I'm like, oh man, we're dead in the water here. Anyways, he goes out, red lights. We run slow, like 380. And anyways, that was kind of our lucky round. It broke the torque converter. Anyways, we came back, regrouped, got everything together, and went out there and started running good. We hole shot 3 rounds in a row, second, third, and fourth round. We had hole shot wins, and then for the final, Mark put a heck of a good tune-up in it, and we went out there and beat Kurt Stedding by 5 thou and walked away with $100,000. It was pretty damn cool.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that was. I just looked up that. Like, I'll be honest with you. We've had Blake Alexander. I don't want them to think bad, but we've had Blake Alexander. We've had Richard Gadsden. But when he said we got Spencer Hyde, I'm like, that's my dog right there. I got to do some research on him. I got to make sure I got some kind of good questions for him as we go.
Sounds good, man.
So,
it worked out pretty perfect. Patrick, I've been running the show solo dolo for the last season. Started it last year, and I mentioned it on a previous episode, but Patrick reached out to me on one of the test session days before the season started, him and I were both in the comment section of the YouTube live, and he's like, "Man, when are you gonna have?" He kind of jokingly said, "When are you gonna have me on the show to co-host with you?" And I was like, jumped right in his DMs. I'm like, "Man, I've actually been like really, really wanting to have a co-host because there's been some spots where it gets pretty stale when I'm, the conversation's fluid, but there's points where some of the times it gets pretty stale, and it would be perfect to have someone like you to jump on in." And so to have you on, and I mean, since him and I started talking more and more and more, you've been his guy. He said last week that there's a few drivers out there that if you said anything bad about him, that you're saying bad stuff about him, and I could almost guarantee without saying that you're one of those dudes.
Yeah, man. Met Patrick last year down in Charlotte, actually, and I believe it was you that helped get me my sponsor for this year in Charlotte.
Oh shit! You got a sponsor in Charlotte?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah!
I think you were were you in the Carolina Cat Suite?
Yeah. No shit. They called you up.
Well, they did. It wasn't Carolina Cat, but one of the couples that was in there, Jim and Janet Russell. I guess they had mentioned something about they wanted to get involved with the team, and you had said, "Well, I heard Spencer Hyde's looking for sponsorship." Well, next thing you know, my PR guy, somehow got hooked up with them. I think through you or something.
Yeah.
And they were in my pit 15 minutes later, and we chatted and introduced each other. And next thing you know, I'm flying down to the place in Charlotte and went and hung out on Lake Tillery for a weekend and got to know them. And now they're coming on board.
Hell yeah, man! I didn't know. I didn't hear anything. Like,
oh really?
I found Elon that Sunday because my dad works for Cleveland County. He's over the maintenance here in Shelby, and they've got like compactors and all that stuff. But he'd got tickets to the suite, and we'd went up there, and he introduced me to this guy, and this I'm like, I don't know who these people are, but hey, and my daddy come back to me a little bit later, and he's like, "Hey, these guys are interested in They want to know how to sponsor somebody." So I had Elon's number. I texted him, and that's the last I heard about it.
Okay,
so hell yeah, I'm excited about that.
So I'll owe you a few beers for sure.
Hey, we'll have a few for sure. So,
Dude,
but
what a story, man! That's
turned into a PR guy now.
Yeah, there you go.
NHRA PR guy.
Yeah.
You
I don't think they'll allow me
more races. I'll get you on payroll full time.
Fuck yeah! Well, let me see what I can do. I know some people at Wix Filters. Let's see what we can do there next.
There you go.
But I need Outlaw. You remember the picture I posted last year of the beer wars?
Yeah.
It was, Hagen had his American Rebel, and then you had an Outlaw funny car just like the can. Like, I need them to do that.
Hey, we got that covered. That's coming out soon.
Okay.
In Brainerd, our car will have a full Outlaw wrap on it.
So
you best be in Brainerd.
So you're going to cause me to get divorced. I don't know.
No, we'll tell her it's for business.
See, my wife likes you. So if you say right now, "Hey Holly, I need beer guy in Brainerd."
Hey Holly, we need beer guy in Brainerd. Like, it's a must-have. We're doing a beer war with Matt Hagen, and I can't do it alone.
You can't have a beer war without NHRA beer.
Yes.
Yes. And I want him on my side. So
I am here for it.
Speaking of Brainerd, I'm not, so I need you in case he wants to fight me or something.
Well, I probably just lay down. I'll get in front of him. I'll be a speed bump for you.
Run faster than you, so.
Yeah, you can probably do that. Listen, you'll find out if Courtney's a good cook, and I imagine she's a Texan. She knows how to cook a little bit.
She can cook.
Yeah, so you'll find out. You gain about 30 pounds after you get married. I don't know if it's beer or if it's the food, but it's maybe a combination of both.
Well, I can't do that because Jim will fire me. He already told me I was fat, so.
Speaking of Brainerd, man, we got this clip provided to us from Nitro Yeti. Shout out to him. Check this out, guys.
Oh yeah,
dude, how sick was that moment?
That was cool. I didn't even really know it was going to happen, and all of a sudden we were back there, and they're like, "Hey, you're going to throw beers out of the back of this monster truck." I'm like, "Hell yeah, we are."
No, picture yourself back there this year in Brainerd, beer guy.
I know. I can't wait.
Well, if we can talk to Outlaw, I'll build a go-kart with a cooler on it like NASCAR. Did you see the one Marshawn Lynch was on at the Daytona 500?
No.
Yeah, so he had a go-kart, and he's sitting here straddling a cooler, and he's just tossing bush lights out just left and right. And I'm like, we could do that in the pit area. Just I'll ride around on that go-kart, just tossing Outlaw lights or whatever, just out to everybody, just as we go through there.
I'll introduce you to the Outlaw boys when we're there this year. So
hell yeah,
we'll get it figured out. Very good group of guys.
Get a beer sponsor for the podcast in the end. I don't need money, I just need beer.
So I bet you we can make that happen.
Dujane Bland here wants to know, where can he find Outlaw beer? I believe there is a spot on the Outlaw website where you can go and type in your area code, and it throws up all the local pubs and just beer suppliers that do have it. So go ahead and check out their website. It's at most
grocery stores, but yeah, it is on their website. You can find out where it is, but it's in quite a few spots. Lyle and I went and got some in Phoenix last weekend. We actually took 4 tickets and went and saw the grocery store manager and said, "Hey, the first person that comes in here and buys a case of Outlaw, give them these 4 tickets." And we posted a video, and some guy went like a few hours later and got them. So
this some bitch, I said,
yeah.
I said, I know that South is wearing off on him now. It's some bitch. I said, yeah.
He's starting to rub off on me.
But I think I done looked up Charlotte's. If you're in Concord, I think it's the Walmart right up the road on 29, and then I think the Wines and More or whatever they call it. I think they've got it, but I found it in Walmart in 12 packs, and we've got a local store called Ingles, so we find it there. But
shit, it was only $10 for 24 in Arizona.
Yeah, it was $13.99 at Ingles, but everything's fucking high there. So
yeah,
at Walmart, I think a 12 pack was $8.99. It's cheap beer. It's cheap beer, but it's good.
It is good. I like it.
Bobby Lane sent me that's on Austin's team. He sent me a picture of a 30 rack in Indy, and it was $16.99 for a 30 rack. Jeez. I was like,
that's cheap.
Oh, hey,
that's some dangerous business.
Yeah. So, I'm like, that's right up my alley, especially with gas prices right now. So,
too bad the truck can't run on Outlaw Light.
Tell me about it. It run.
Yeah.
It's bad. But Spencer, I want to ask you. So we saw Erica run Pro Mod and run Pro Stock. Would Jim Head let Spencer Hyde run Pro Mod and Funny Car on the weekend and double up?
I'm sure he would. It's been talked about a couple times. You never know. You might see it happen yet.
All right, cool. I'm here for it. Do a double up, get your first Funny Car win, and you win Pro Mod at the same time.
That'd be pretty badass.
Will that be a first win? That would be a first win in both classes, right?
For NITRO, yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's what.
I haven't won anything in NITRO. Oh, I shouldn't say that. We won a what do they call them? Like a regional event. It was up here in Canada. It was a Pro Mod race. So you got the mini Wally.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a couple of those up here, but nothing. No big Wallies. No national event wins.
I got you. What's coming out? We can just put it out there right now, Richard Freeman.
Yeah.
Just Spencer Hyde in the elite.
I told Erica anytime she didn't want to drive the Pro Mod, just give me the call. I'll drive it.
Yep. So is Jack in the green stock coming back for? Was it Norwalk?
Jack in the green stock? No, I don't think we're going to do that again this year. That was kind of a one and done thing. It was a really cool deal, but that's expensive just to go wrap a car and make all the apparel and all the stuff for a weekend. It's not like it was a sponsor. It was just something cool I did for my buddy Jack that got me into drag racing. So, but he really enjoyed that, and it was really cool. I had my whole Pro Mod team down there and a whole bunch of people from home, and we got jerseys made up and T-shirts and the whole thing. And I brought the '66 Biscayne, the original Jack in the green stock, with me in my trailer and put it out on display, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I saw that. I didn't know the backstory, so I had to go back and look for the backstory on it as soon as you pulled it out. Because, like I say, I followed NHRA, but I wasn't I I'm hardcore into it. I told JB we're in NASCAR country down here, so it's
Right.
like NHRA is kind of, oh hey, it's here, but now that everything happened, it's like, all right, lock in.
Well, we got 2 races in North Carolina this year. We got Charlotte and Rockingham.
Yeah, I will be at Rockingham for sure.
Nice.
So,
Well, I need a sponsor for that race. So if you happen to find somebody, if you're talking to somebody,
actually, I might know one. I might know it's a tractor company. So,
you might get paid yet.
hey, I'm working on it. Hey, just pay me in beer. That's all. That's all.
We can
all I'll
do
take.
that. I promise you, we won't run out of beer.
Yeah. So, but talking about Pro Mod, it's kind of starting to be more and more popular on the NHRA side. Like people are starting to watch it more. Courtney's invested in the social media side of it. You're starting to see it more and more. Being a Pro Mod guy, to the casual NHRA fan that sits in the stands and they're just here for the Nitro, what would you say to that fan to get them to stay and watch Pro Mod?
I mean, if you don't look at the scoreboards, Pro Mod's debatably just as exciting to watch. I mean, these things, they're all over the place. They're hard to drive. It's usually very tight racing. They look like cars. They got doors and suspension, and they're the fastest suspended door car on the planet. I mean, they're an awesome race car. And the nice part about Pro Mod is it's a little bit more relatable to the everyday car guy because it is still a car. And they are very expensive to run, but they're not nearly like a Nitro funny car or a Top Fuel dragster. So they're somewhat achievable for a successful business guy to go out and field a Pro Mod car. And the racing is incredible. There's so many good competitive cars, especially around your area there in North Carolina. It's kind of the hotbed for them. But you look at what Wes has done with the Winter Series down in Florida. We're getting 70, 80, close to 90 cars at some of these races to qualify for 32 spots. And you're qualifying 32 cars within 4/500ths of a second. Like it's insane. It's the competition is better than any other class in drag racing as far as I'm concerned right now. And they're just awesome race cars. They're fast. They make 4,000 horsepower. They're loud. They do big long burnouts, and they don't always go straight. So they're exciting to watch, and they're a lot of fun to drive.
We had Jack Beckman over at the camper at Charlotte, and he was like, "I'll get in anything but a Pro Mod." He's like, "Those guys are fucking nuts."
Dude, it's crazy how different a funny car is from a Pro Mod, and like I didn't understand how different it was until I got to drive Jim's funny car. And I've told the story a few times, but it took me, I don't know what, I think it was Epping. So whatever that was, the 6th race last year. So probably like 30 runs into the season. When the car would move, I'd drive it kind of like a Pro Mod and just kind of try and slowly bring it back over, just because you can't drive a Pro Mod like this. You'd be upside down. Well, Jim's like, you gotta be more aggressive with the wheel. And I'm like, man, my natural instinct tells me not to because I've drove Pro Mod for so long. And he was getting a little bit frustrated because I was letting the car get too far and I was just too slow with it. And anyways, finally he came up to me in the staging lanes, and I'm pretty sure it was Epping, and he said, "You can't flip this thing over. Unless you hit something, you cannot roll this race car." He said, "You have to turn the wheel like immediately." I said, "Okay." So it went out there, and I think it was on that run actually. It went out there and it made a move to the center, and I just grabbed a whole bunch of steering wheel and turned it, full right, and it just moved over into the center and made a great run. I'm like, man, that was pretty awesome. But like, if I would have made that same move in my Pro Mod car, it'd been upside down, barrel rolled 3 times.
Yeah, I've seen. We've got a little track down here, Shady Side. I don't know if you ever heard of that one, but
I've never been to it, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's so. My dad had a buddy. He used to run down there a bunch, and his wife got in. It's just a little, kind of like Lyle's Beer Money. It was just just a little junkyard. Well, I won't say Lyle's is junkyard special because it's not. He's got a lot of shit invested in that, but theirs was kind of it was put together, but she took it down a track and she barrel rolled out of the track and into the woods down beside it. And I'm like, all right, yeah. I mean, if it's like that, like it's got to be, you know. I feel like the funny car, you're just basically a chassis there, and you've got all that weight, and it's hard to flip. But I feel like Pro Mod, like you said, it's relatable to the everyday person. You look at it, it looks like a regular car, except for it's got big wheels. It's easier to, like you say, you crank that wheel and just.
The difference is, like the Pro Mod doesn't have nearly the downforce of a funny car. The funny car has so much downforce on it that, you can turn the wheel, full rudder each way, and it just, there's so much pressure. It can only steer. It can't have body roll like it can in a Pro Mod. Pro Mod's fairly light when it's going through high speeds at the top end, so you get the thing off balance a little bit, and it doesn't take much to upset it. Where the funny car with that big wing and the way the body's designed, it's just so planted to the racetrack.
Yeah. So you said the keyword downforce. So I worked in NASCAR for 3 years, and that was that was always a big word, downforce. Do they it's Jim and them work on manipulating the body, trying to gain more, or we're going to the wind tunnel and testing stuff? Like, I know y'all are a smaller team, so maybe you don't, I know, testing wise, y'all didn't, I think your first pull was Q1 at Gainesville.
Yeah, Gainesville, yeah.
Yeah, so, but does he spend time messing with that at all, or?
He used to a lot. So NHRA's kind of got the rules to a point now where we can't manipulate the bodies. So each manufacturer makes a body, and we're not allowed to change anything. It's a spec wing, it's a spec body, all the spill plates, everything's to spec. So we can't mess with that. But back in the day, before they had all those rules, Jim messed with it as much or more than anybody. Even on the dragster stuff, he was, one of the first guys to put fairings in front of the wheels and, build a rear fender for a dragster. And but he changed all kinds of stuff on the funny car where the hat come out of the body. He built aerodynamic scoops to go over the hat to try and get the air to hit the wing better. And they did all kinds of that stuff through the 80s and 90s, and then NHRA kind of clamped down and started making them run a spec body. And but yeah, it was pretty cool, some of the stuff they came up with back in the day.
Yeah, I know, we'd be sitting there. I had on my key ring, I had a little thing. You had an A, B, C, and D, and I just kept it on there, and we would go down through there, and it's like, how tight can you get it to, you had a little line, and it told you which one you needed. It's like, how tight can you get it to here before or how loose can you get it before it's too loose?
Right.
You back? Oh, I think you disconnected.
Okay.
There
we go. I think you're gonna have to come back in and out.
Yeah, I got too excited.
There we go.
Yeah, I got too excited. Sorry.
But yeah, we didn't test just simply because Jim spends a bunch of January and February in New Zealand, so he just doesn't like coming back early to test. He's big into the fly fishing over in New Zealand during the wintertime, so
yeah.
So what's he like? Like, you don't hear? Did we lose him again?
I think we lost him.
He
didn't like the question.
Oh well. But,
man, you're killing it on this one, dude.
Listen,
you're cruising.
Outside of Austin Prock, Spencer Hyde is my guy when it comes to funny cars.
Let's answer this question here. Mac wants to know what races we will be at this year. So this season, I will be at Sonoma. It's a little bit more difficult for me. I have a special needs son, so he's attached to my hip all the time. I love him to death. But trying to do anything around him sometimes is like pulling teeth. My wife is great with him, and she takes great care of him and has him a lot of time. But like I said, he does like to be with his dad. He's a big daddy's boy. So personally, I will be at Sonoma. But next season, we're already working on plans. You bet your ass that Beer Guy and myself are going to be at some races together. And the goal is to hopefully, try and get maybe a handful of races where him and I are covering it side by side. But what about you?
So right now, I'm hoping for at least one day at Charlotte. If
Gotcha.
not, I had to try to do a giveaway because I've got tickets to Charlotte. So I've got 2 tickets for every day.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
so everybody stay in there. But hopefully, should be Rockingham, Bristol. Um, I don't know if there's any other ones. Well, maybe Brainerd. Hopefully Brainerd. So we got you. I think we got him now. I see
I'm
him.
back.
There he is.
There you go.
Yeah, he's trying to get out.
I had like 3 phone calls in 5 minutes there. So I think I put it on do not disturb now, but I gotta go get Courtney. She's got no wheels up here, so I gotta be her taxi driver.
Oh, jeez.
Fun deal.
Well, the drinking has been delayed even further.
That's all right. We'll get it here sooner or later.
Did she fly American?
Yeah. Yeah, so she's delayed pretty much every time she flies.
That's a son of a bitch, man.
Well, I don't think we're going to hold you up much longer, Spencer, but I do know one thing. You're an Islanders fan.
I am.
All right. So we need to make a bet between you and I for the next 2 games between the Canes and the Islanders.
Man, the Canes are good.
My boys are on point this year. I said Florida's out of the playoffs and New York's out of the playoffs, so this should be our year.
I'm a Flyers fan, and we are always out of the playoffs. We suck so bad, dude.
Yeah, sorry, I just jumped off my office Wi-Fi. They got a hell of a team, but the Islanders look pretty good right now. That rookie defenseman, he's pretty kick ass.
Yeah, I was looking into him a little bit more today, and it's like they're good. Like I mean, you compare them to last year, they were not very good. I mean, they were okay. I thought New Jersey would be better this year than they were, but they've kind of
they've been
fell
going
off.
through a bit of a rebuild. So they're I think they finally got a team that can at least be in the playoffs. We'll see how far they get, but I'm actually by default a Maple Leafs fan, but they're so bad that it's impossible to cheer for them.
I got a guy.
I'm a Flyers fan. I understand it.
Yeah.
I got a guy at work. He's a Maple Leafs fan, and he comes up. And we're just talking. You know, we talk about it every time. He's like, "We fucking suck." He's like, "We're awful."
It's bad.
So,
it's bad. But I'm not really an Islanders fan. But I'm a friend of mine plays for them, and I kind of follow him wherever he goes. And Bo Horvat.
Oh, you know Bo?
Yeah, he was. His wife and my sister are really, really good friends. So we've known them a long time. But so when they were in Vancouver, my sister lives in Vancouver. He was the captain out there for a bunch of years. So we used to follow him around out there. But yeah, you
just need to come on down to North Carolina. We'll just go to the game on Saturday.
I'm coming there in a couple weeks. I'm coming in early for the race. I'm coming in Wednesday morning. I got a few things to do. So
I got you. Got to do a bunch of PR with Allie Bland and Nikki, or is it just
something? I don't know what Elan's all got lined up for me, but I know I'm golfing with Jim Russell and the Kane group on Thursday over at Pinehurst. So I'm looking forward to that.
Was that your captain's choice, or are you like a legit golf player?
I don't get to play a lot, but like I'm okay.
Okay. I suck. We used to golf when we'd go out to like Sonoma and what was it? We went to Auto Club. It was near Fontana. So like when we go out to California and Phoenix, we'd go golf some, and I'm like, I have no idea. I'm lefty. Everybody else is righty, so I have to like rent clubs, and I'm like,
it's probably hard to find a lefty rental set down there.
Yes, it is. So a lot of time, there was one time I had to play with a righty set, and they're like, "Hey, you're gonna be with these guys." I'm like, looked at
we have a ton of lefties in Canada because of hockey. A lot of left-handed guys in hockey play left-handed golf. So it's funny though when we all go to the U.S. I'm a right-handed player, but all my buddies that are left-handed, when they go to the U.S., it's so hard to find clubs. even at a golf store, they have like one little rack of left-handed clubs. That's it.
Yeah, it sucks being left-handed. So it's like, well, I can't say what I'm thinking, but you know,
I know where you're going.
yeah. So, but all right, brother. Well, I'm sorry, I've kind of took over here, JB.
Dude, no, like I said, you've been crushing it. Every episode we've done so far, you're kind of like hesitant and laid back.
Yeah, no.
Spencer, you brought out the co-host that I have been dying to have, man. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm glad I could be a help. Thanks a lot for having me on, and hopefully we'll see you in Charlotte.
Yeah, brother. Hopefully so. So take it easy, man. Be careful.
Tell Holly not to be selfish and make sure she has that thing early enough so you can come to the race.
Hey, we're trying. Like, we went in yesterday. Her blood pressure was like 157 over 70, and everybody's like, "It's high." I'm like, yeah.
Get that thing out.
But she's got white coat syndrome. Every time we go in the doctor's office, it's bad. She checked it this morning as 110. I was like, just go ahead and tell them we'll go at 37. We'll go at 37. We'll go next week. We'll get it out. Be done. But she called her yesterday and was like, sorry, not yesterday, this morning, and was like, hey, we're going to go ahead and schedule your induction. It's like, okay. So she calls me and says, hey, we're being induced on 420. I said, 420? Okay.
This is an April Fool's joke, or it was just like legit, you know?
Yeah. She was like, nope, it's legit. So, but, Spencer, it's been an honor.
Yes, sir.
Like I told JB, you were in and out, but you know, outside of Austin, you're my funny car guy. So,
thanks, buddy. We'll see if we can make it look like Austin Proc out there this year.
Listen, you guys are kicking ass this year. So technically, I'm not far in enough to not be able to gamble just yet. So. I did put some money on Spencer Hyde to win this past race, and I about wrecked the Tahoe on the way home. watching, and I was like, "You made it through the semifinals." I was like, "Fuck yes!" Here we go.
Cool on bracket
hell.
Bonanza, we were like the second most picked driver.
Yeah, dude, yeah. You're making waves, man. You're making waves. I think you and Jim have learned each other. Jim Head's, he's a legend. So
man, he's awesome. He's awesome. Everybody
you guys
gives him a hard time for being a grumpy old man, but he is a really cool dude and super smart.
Dude, every time I see him on camera, everyone says grumpy old man, grumpy. He's so charismatic. You know, yes, he's kind of like a
character, and he's definitely like. He's excitable and he gets revved up, but it's just because he's passionate. Like he loves drag racing. Loves it.
Yep.
And he's just, people don't know how to take him, but he's a really cool dude.
Is he a beer drinker?
Yeah.
Okay. So
we have him and I had an outlaw in the lounge last Saturday night.
Okay, well,
and him, Brian Loans.
I need the Saturday night of Charlotte. We're gonna find Jim Head, and I'm gonna drink a beer with Jim Head.
Well, he doesn't leave too far from the pit, so he sleeps at the racetrack.
Does he really?
Yeah, the one trailer's got like a hotel room in the front of it.
Oh dear God! Listen! I'll come bring the camper down there just for Jim Head to sleep in a normal bed.
No, it's beautiful. Trust me.
Oh, okay.
It's like a hotel room. It's got a king bed and a full bath, living room area, kitchen. It's quite nice.
Yeah. I have to get
Jim doesn't do anything half-assed. I promise you that.
I'll get the Jim Head hauler tour. I got the John Force Austin Proc tour last year. We'll get the Jim Head tour this time. Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to warm it up though. Too much complexity to that. Well, it's not complexity. It's good for you, but listen, dumb redneck, it don't work too well. I just knock the windows out of cars and go down to the local county fairgrounds and ram into other people.
Some cars up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's funny.
Everybody loves a little smash up derby.
Do y'all do that up there?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
I'm just a northern redneck. That's all.
Yeah. There's this guy. He lives. I don't know where he's from Canada somewhere. He zip ties and bias plies. He's got like a wooden leg. He's just on there just blowing up old diesels and stuff. I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of people that are like me up there in Canada. And there's a lot up north. The further you, like, we went to New Hampshire, and I was like, it feels like we're at Talladega. It's just weird. But anyway, well, Spencer, man, we appreciate it. Tell Courtney,
All right, boys.
Beer Guy says hello.
I will.
So JB says sends the best, man. And again, thank you so much for joining us. You're always welcome to join the show. If you ever have anything, I tell everyone, if you have anything to get off your chest, or if you just have some good stuff or just want to shoot the shit, this is the place for it. Our doors are always open. You're a friend of the program forever. And Spencer, will be rooting you on the rest of the season, bud.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Yep. Take care, buddy. Yeah.
All right. See ya.
Dude,
Sorry.
You crushed it, man. What are you talking about? Sorry.
Listen.
Dude, save those sorries, man. I was just sitting here, shit-eating grin, just watching you go to town on these questions, brother.
We're going to put one of those little parental advisory signs up in the corner, probably. But, no, man, it was fun. Spencer.
That's on YouTube, brothers. Don't even trip.
Yeah, so, I don't know. Spencer's just one of those guys. Yeah, he's married to Courtney, so he's got to be a little bit laid back, and just getting to meet him at Charlotte, I was like, yeah, like honest to God, if I'd have met him before Austin, like,
would have been the hierarchy, huh?
Yeah, I can't wait for him to win, and hopefully it's at Charlotte, and I'm there.
Dude,
that would be badass. That
would be so sick. Hey, let's take a pause for a second. Yep. And let's hear from the people at Drag Race Bracket Bonanza.
Drag racing fans, check out Drag Race Bracket Bonanza. It's the free, family-friendly fantasy bracket game. Now, after final qualifying at every national event, you can fill out your bracket for all the pro classes.
It's free, easy to click on your picks. If you need some help, just hit the randomizer button to fill in the blanks. It's for fun, stay engaged, and pick your winners today.
I always want to yell, pick me with them.
So we got the Pro Stock Greatest Moments.
Yeah.
Coming out.
It's pretty cool. It's as many of you fans already know, Drag Race Bracket Bonanza is back with another installment of their major moments. They rolled it out not too long ago. It's going to be going until April 10th, I do believe, and this one features the top 64 moments in the Pro Stock class. Lots of cool moments. Good day. Pro Stock dates back years and years and years, so some of the stuff's a little bit out of my wheelhouse. I ain't even going to front, not going to lie. I had to go back and do some research on it. I'm still in the process of filling out my bracket. I try to be a perfectionist with those damn things. So even though I'm not winning anything on this one, I still want to make sure I've watched and done all my research on it. But you can go down to Drag Race Bracket Bonanza if you're not already signed up. If you're not familiar with it, go check it out. Join the Beer Guy League. The code to enter is
Beer Guy. All one word, all lowercase. If you try to put a capital B,
won't work, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so go ahead and join. There's tons of other leagues. Dujanay Bland's got a Not Bland league. Max got a league. You name it. There's tons of people out there that have created their own and are actually doing some cool prizes at the end of the season and doing some in-season based on races and whatnot. I do believe I have fallen into the top 10 of the Beer Guy League, so shout out to me. I don't toot my own horn a lot, but this one's going to be a toot.
I'm in the tank.
Middle
of the pack, like always.
At least someone from the pod's doing something, man. You're hosting the league. I'm crushing it in the top 10. But yeah, thanks to Elon Werner for creating this thing. It gives fans another opportunity to, talk shit and be able to say, well, my moment was the best, or no, your moment sucks, and things like that. It brings a great conversation to the table of who the greats and who the greats aren't in the world of drag racing.
Yeah. So I saw Bob Glidden's car. It was his actual car at the IHRA event. And nice. Dude, those things were cool.
The old
as
school
hell.
ones were sick, huh?
Like I just wish they would be like, all right, hey, we're going to run a class here one weekend and get as many as possible. Like it's kind of like the Nitro, like the vintage funny cars, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Travis
Dude, the
Shoemake and all those guys were running those at Phoenix. I'm like, I was looking. I was like, all right, are they going to run it? Because they announced their schedule right before. It's like, are they going to run it Charlotte this year? Because they have run it at ZMAX in the past, one time, and they haven't run since. But that we don't get them this year. But I did get to see that car up close, and that was cool.
I heard that some of the like Pro Stock Motorcycles not going to be at Sonoma. I've kind of heard that they are going to start picking and choosing different races. So maybe they're not here this year, but next season they are. So hopefully that's the case with the nostalgia funny cars, because like, dude, that'd be cool to see stuff like that, man.
Yeah, for sure. But as far as brackets, have you filled yours out?
I'm not even through the first round. Like I said,
Yeah, me either.
I wish I could tell you I know everything and have seen everything about Pro Stock, but dude, after looking at all this, I don't know shit. I mean, I'm just looking at this going, let's go to YouTube. Hopefully they got this clip up on YouTube. I do know that a lot of the couple burnout sessions that they have where the guys were just up there in a crazy staging duel, dude, those are going to be. Even if I remember them or not, for some reason, those things are just the most badass to me. Watching those guys stare down each other down. I know there was a Bruno Massel one where the starter guys get so upset. They're up there like, you go, no, you go, you go, you go. No, call it off, man. And the theatrics that go on during a burn down session are just incredible. For having the cars not moving an inch, there's a lot of theatrics that go on.
Yeah, there's a lot there, and I'm just like, all right. I started through the first round, and then I stopped and went and did something else. I'm like, all right, let me go back and look. And then I go watch videos, and I was like, all right, so I'm gonna pick this one over this one. And I'm an Erica Enders fan.
Yep.
So, somebody said the other day at work, they were like, why are you an Erica Enders fan? Like, KB's right here in our backyard in Mooresville. I don't know. I was just.
She's got an edge to her, man, that is very, very. I mean, either you do like her or you don't. There is no, well, I'm on the fence about it. It's either one or the other. You're either head in and you're like, this is the queen and she can do no wrong. You're supporting her through and through, or you're like, half of these trolls online that are calling her, half the names in the book. There is no in between.
She's always had an edge, and there's always been people that doubt her. There's always been people who say she didn't belong or she didn't do this or that or whatever it may be.
I don't know how they can say that, but yeah,
I'm like, hey, anybody who will chirp back, and like I boast myself on, like if I see something that's wrong, I'm gonna buck up and say something. And for her, she does the same thing. Anybody says anything towards her or her team or whatever, she bucks up. And she's got a backbone. She's not, spineless. So, and not saying any of the other ones are spineless, but she presents herself very well. She gets a lot of hate that she doesn't deserve.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize till I watched Shake and Bake last week, all the flack she took for running Pro Mod and Pro Stock.
Dude, if it would have been anybody else, they would have been, up and down social media. Oh, how badass. Look at this. Check it out. And, oh, they're going to win both. And, but since it's her, it's piss poor sourpusses out there that are just like talking shit. And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't have the bandwidth for something like that. If I get, we all have the right to say our piece, but damn, man, they really ride her so hard.
Dude, there is some people I see in the chats on different stuff, and I'm like, what are you even talking about? I'm right there with them being like a bleacher watcher. Yeah. I sit and watch from the bleachers. I don't have a drag car. I have aspirations.
This is the closest thing I have been to drag racing other than going to a race, being a part of the drag racing scene or whatever.
Right. But like, see people like Ida Zetterstrom, like all the stuff that she gets, that makes me want to be like a Ida and Leah and Erica and any Maddie, all of them.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I want you to go out here and kick their asses because, fuck. Because these people are just stupid. It's people on the internet. It's, I don't know.
It's stupid that
I could go all day long on this, but
it really seems to rain heavily on the female in the sport, which I don't know if that's due to just them being women, or if that's like an old timey person thing, which I know a lot of people that watch the sport and are into the sport have watched this for years and they're pretty older. There's still a young class of people that tune in and whatnot, but for the most part it's an older sport, and I just don't think that these people are used to seeing women outside of the kitchen, which is it's sad.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like when the NHRA posted the video of me smashing those beers, right? It was immediately like, I looked through the comments and it's like, oh my God, another drunk, another this, another that. This is derogatory towards the sport, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, seriously? Lighten up.
Yeah.
We're in a different day and age. And one, I was not drunk. I was not. I had
you spilled half the beers all over yourself. So it wasn't like
I had
all down your neck.
I had 2 beers that day before that happened. I had 2 beers.
2 beers
So,
in your hand?
No.
No.
No, I just one at a time. It was hot. I was drinking water, Gatorade, everything else, staying hydrated. I had 2 beers. And I'm like, all right, you guys don't, whatever.
Yeah.
And I just let it roll off. And, for them, it's hard when it's repetitive. And it's so repetitive on them.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it. Because I would get on here. I would get on Instagram Live if I was Ida or Erica or whoever and be like, you know what?
Yeah. They do a great job of having some restraint. I mean, whether or not that's PR training or what. I know, Ida does some pretty classy clapbacks on her social media.
Yep, that right there. Yeah, the Nitro Yeti said it perfectly.
Yeah,
just be nice to people. Embrace
to be around. I mean, that's just bottom line.
Yeah, embrace the fact that they're in the sport that you love, and enjoy them being there. They're there for a reason. I
do this podcast right underneath.
Yeah.
A giant Enders banner, bro. I mean,
how much you allowing on that flag? So, but I don't know. They just, it's always something. It's everywhere you go this day and age. I mean, everybody finds a problem with anything that you do. You can't say nothing without offending somebody. But like I say, Ida didn't have to bring me a beer at Charlotte. We talked, we chatted a little bit. She brought it to me, after the race and everything at Charlotte. Stand-up person. Yeah. And I ask anybody.
Wouldn't have been doing that if you'd been calling her fat like people do, or talking shit.
Yep.
I mean, look what it gets you. It gets you into the world of people that have a tight knit circle because of these clowns out here.
Yeah, she's a stand up person, and I tell anybody that has anything negative or derogatory to say, walk down to the pit and say it to her face, because I promise you, she's taller than me, and she'll probably kick your ass in the process. Tony Stewart, it's good to have somebody like him, because I think his attitude is the same. Yeah. If, hey, come see me and say it to my face. And, they have the same mentality. If they carry that same mentality, then it's like, hey, come on. If you got something to say, come down here and say it. But yeah, it's just like when you had issues with, you had a particular person who was spreading stuff about some of the NHRA people because his credentials got revoked, and throwing people.
Are you talking about that dude on?
Yeah, I'm not going to even say that clown's name because he's yeah, okay. I get it. He's got a good following, whatever. Nobody knows the ins and outs.
He doesn't post any original stuff though. I mean, everything's copy and paste. He does nothing to actually contribute to the sport other than being a copy and paste warrior and talking smack
and being negative.
Yeah. And great. Welcome to our world. We're gonna open our arms and welcome you. No way. I'm blocked by him. I can't see his stuff no more.
Oh, you talking about CD, right?
Yeah. I'm blocked by him.
He
came after Allie Bland. And at one point, and every time she does a video, she goes, she does the hello internet.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, I felt like this guy was gonna talk all this trash and nothing was gonna happen. But what happened was hello internet. They came for the guy, I'm like, and she's been accommodating, and I don't know her personally. I've chatted up a few times in DM here and there, just kind of replying to stuff, or she'll reply to my stuff. But we're not best friends or anything like that. It's just common decency. Have some common decency.
Allie Bland and Nikki are the most nicest people that you'll ever meet when you go to the track.
Yeah.
I mean, they will take care of you. They are very helpful, and I don't get the hate that a lot of people get. And it's just because they don't get something. It's just like I deal with some stuff at work. People are like, well, I don't get this. Okay. Well, sorry, we're not spoon feeding you. It's the same thing. It's the same thing when it comes to this. They've been told no, so instead of saying okay like an adult, they act like a child. But but the funny thing is you haven't heard nothing out of them since Gainesville and Arizona. The stands have been packed, and I guarantee you now that Charlotte is a single race, the stands at ZMAX will be packed. Yeah. The camping's sold out. It's like I didn't even cancel my camping.
Nice.
Because of that.
Because it was going to sell out.
Yeah, because if I cancel it, I lose my camping spot and I'll never get it back because there's a waiting list. Just like Bristol.
Hotel.
Just like Bristol. Bristol's a waiting list. Yeah, I mean, most of these tracks are waiting lists. But anyway, that's my rant. That's my tangent for today.
Right? I mean, yeah. No,
yeah.
You're not
well, listen. Give me it. I've had my NASCAR roots. It's okay. Give me an NHR right now. Give me an NHRA race over a NASCAR event any day of the week.
Give me an NHRA race over any professional sporting event right now. I mean,
I don't know about McCain's in a playoff game. It's pretty lit.
All right. I'll give you that one there. Hockey is one of a kind, but all my teams are ass. There ain't no way I'm turning into those.
Nitro Jesus. I hope this doesn't sound hypocritical, but would you baptize me in Outlaw Beer?
Dip you in a big old bathtub.
Yes, just fill the tub full of Outlaw Beer and just.
That's not a bad idea.
That might be hypocritical. That might be hypocritical.
Well,
but
there's thing going on out there in the campgrounds out there in Brainerd.
No, I told Allie. I was like last year. I said, oh, I forgot. Are you coming to Charlotte? I saw you said you were coming to Rockingham. I didn't know you were coming to Charlotte. So if you come to Charlotte and I'm there, it's on. It's on. We'll pregame Brainerd. I know the spot to hit in the campground too. So we got the spot. I was watching WFO. I know you posted it, but Cunningham, he camped out there.
Yeah.
And he knows Rocky, and I think the other guy's name's Jeff. Anyway, we were backed up to him. This is the first time we'd camped for the fall race. And we were backed up to him. He's like, "Oh yeah, man, Cunningham and all of the Force guys are going to be over there on Saturday." So that's how I met Bobby Lane, and a bunch of the other guys. Nacho, who's over with Austin now. He was on Brittany's car.
Oh, nice.
And Nitro Jesus lives in NC. I did not know that.
You learn something new every day.
Learn something new every day. I thought it was in Brainerd. I thought he was
in heaven.
Well, I thought it was up there with the Yeti, but
yeah.
But yeah, no, I met all those guys, and then Cunningham, and after the race on Sunday, Cunningham was over there, and we were all I was drinking the beer Ida gave me, and we were just sitting there talking shop with him. We were talking about Robert Height and everything, because Robert Height left, and we were like, "Where's Robert Height?"
Yeah.
Nobody knows. And he's like, "I don't even know." And I was part of his team, and I have no clue. So
it's kind of strange, but yeah, it was kind of cool to hear him give you a shout out on WFO yesterday and mention that. You guys shared a beer together.
Yeah, that was cool. So it's definitely been a whirlwind since last April, of different stuff, just meeting different people. Like if you spend the time walking through the pits and talking to people, and you're not a weirdo, you're not somebody just being a stalker, or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's certain people that you're just like,
bro, get away. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you do that, like, you'll realize, like, they're normal people,
dude.
And they're so chill.
I had a family member that back in the early 2000s was a crew guy on Del Worsham's car. And that gave me an insight to like these people because he was at family events, and I had seen he wasn't like a close family member, but he was part of an extended family, and he was a normal dude. You walked up to him and "Oh hey, yeah, what's up, man?" It wasn't like he was some superstar on and off the field, He said these are normal people. You can chat them up, you can find them, and yeah, they are doing some cool ass stuff, and they're part of an elite motorsport group. But they go home, they sleep just like us. They put the pants on one at a time. They're not aliens.
Yep. There's been 3 people that I've seen in a pit or in the garage when I was in NASCAR. 3 people that I've been starstruck by: Richard Petty, Dale Jr., Tony Stewart.
Well, now look at it. Tony Stewart's one of the most accessible people in the sport now, because you walk up to the thing and you're there with him. I mean, he's up there chatting it up, meeting and greeting people, signing autographs, kissing babies, doing all that fun jazz, and so it's really cool. I understand the amazement by seeing someone like that, for sure.
Yep, absolutely. But well, JB, I think we've run a little long today.
Yep, I was about to say I could go check in on my little guy, and we'll wrap this thing up here. Patrick, thank you so much for joining us again. We look forward to pumping out 100 more episodes with you, and I will say this has been an incredible episode to sit back and watch you truly blossom into the co-host that you should be. Some of the time you're kind of reserved, and I'm watching you going, man, the camera does that to people. I understand. Yeah. I'm not going to pressure him, but let's keep this energy moving forward, because this is the podcast. This is how it needs to be.
I might fall off the hill next week, but we'll see. So, like I say, it's fun. It's been the first 2. I was like, I don't really know. Like, I knew Richard Gadsden, but I didn't know a lot about him. I've never met him in the pits, so it's like, and then Blake, like, I didn't know what to do with him, but like Spencer, I've talked to him. He's a normal guy. He's just like, went by his pit and he was like, "Hey man, let's swing by. We'll have a beer." After a while, I'm like, hell yeah, that. But anyway, we didn't end up doing that. But Hopefully this time
Got him a
around.
sponsor. It
we'll
doesn't
do.
matter. You got him a sponsor. Bro, that's
I did not know that. Like, I can't believe Elon didn't text me or be like, "Hey, man,
He didn't
I
want to give you a
appreciate
cut.
everything." Well, I don't want nothing. I'm just so glad that like he's got something because those guys they don't. You know, Jim has his business. You see, Spencer was working in his,
Yeah.
and like that's their priorities. You know, they can't go out and seek sponsorship every breathing minute of the day. And you know, when that opportunity and that door opened, I was like,
Yeah. He's the guy you need to go knocking on his door.
I was like, it may never flourish into nothing, but hey, it might.
Look
So,
out.
and hey, look, it did. But
Yeah.
listen, Bobby Lane is married to, I'm going to butcher the name, Chris Karamessinis, which
No,
I don't
dude.
think I butchered. I think I actually got it right.
Yeah.
The Golden Greek. He's married to Krista Baldwin, and they didn't send this to me. I found this, and just want to give a shout out.
Yeah.
So,
I think
but-
they just announced the new round of commemorative tickets for the 75th anniversary.
Going to be at Chicago.
That's super cool, man. I mean, talk about nostalgia right there.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I think she's running that weekend too, so excited to see her run. I mean, you know, she's carried the torch for them, and you know, it's great to see Bobby. He's been awesome. Me and him text back and forth. So if you look on my TikTok, I started a beer review, and I'm gonna put it on Instagram too.
Sharp glasses, by the way.
But do what?
I said sharp glasses, by the way, man. Those
Yeah,
are sick.
yeah, I got them right here.
Oh, there we go.
They're on my big ass head. Like I got the XLs, and shout out Heatwave.
There we go.
But you know they don't sponsor me. But hey, shout out anyway.
Start sponsoring this podcast.
Yeah, like, just send me a pair of sunglasses. I don't need nothing else.
Right.
But
Spencer, if you're trying to make men's, you know, and be like, oh, this guy deserves something, maybe a Pitts Podcast Beer Guy logo on the funny car. You know, it doesn't have to be full branding. But
I'll carry one down there to Charlotte, and it'll probably end up on the car. Maybe.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm not gonna make any
stickers.
promises.
Yeah. Well, you just stick them around anywhere, anyways.
But like I say, he's the one that prompted me into doing the beer reviews. So I'm a little rusty on talking to the camera, but you know, maybe it'll you know, work its way out.
I think this was your coming of age episode here.
Hey.
I'm excited to see how we progress moving forward.
Hey, hit me up on Instagram. Let's do like a split camera. We'll both review it. I gotta give a positive review regardless. But yeah. Or you're coming. The baby's not going to be here, and he's coming to the Southeast Gassers next weekend.
That's right.
That's where. Listen, save it. That's where we do the Outlaw review at.
Yep. Get your first taste of it there. That's a perfect opportunity for sure.
I've tasted a few, but we'll still do a review.
Patrick.
Yep. We have bended people's ears far too long. So
absolutely the longest episode the Pitts Podcast has ever produced. Thank you guys for tuning in for as long as you did. Make sure to check us out on social media. This will be posted to Spotify, Apple Podcasts as well. So if you didn't get a chance to listen to the whole thing and you can't really tune into YouTube and watch it, make sure you go on there, download, share, tell all your friends, and we'll be back next week with another episode. Take care, everybody.
Peace.
Oh my God! Oh! Shut it down! Let's go!